Hello everyone. Last week we stopped at this place and I showed you how to draw the equilateral triangle and the circles. Today we are going to look at some modification tools with this example. So I will quickly redraw this example for you. So today I am going to look at chapter number 3, 4 and 5 all together. So I will be going here and there and try to cover chapter 3 and 4 3, 4 and 5. So we will look at this example again. So as usual we have to start with this AutoCAD template. So I'll take the AutoCAD template. We can take the AutoCAD.dwt. Now I'll start with the line tool. So we'll quickly redraw this. Starting coordinates given 6, 3, 6. Starting coordinates 6, 6, 3. Then I will quickly draw the other parts. This is 4.5 length. Angle will be 120. This side again 4.5 in length, that is 120. I can close this. Then we will draw this all circles. Center diameter, this is 1.6 in diameter. So last week I redrew this. I again came and drew. So in order, but we can use easy techniques here. I'm going to look at some of the modification tools available in AutoCAD. So this is the area today I'm going to look at. So we have move tool, we have copy tool, we have rotate tool. So we look at these tools one by one. So here I want to get a copy of this circle here to this location. So I'm going to use copy tool, but before starting copy tool I will show you how the move tool works. So move tool works, I'll take this command line here. It says select objects, so we'll select it, press enter key, and it says you to get the base point or the displacement. So base point is actually the holding point. So the base point in this circle is the center of the circle, because this center should come and coincide here. So if I take the base point in somewhere else, like I'll show you in another place, then the movement is not going to work perfectly. So this is the movement I did manually. So if you change your base point, look at it again, enter. So one way of pressing the enter key is you can press the right click. Right click will work as the enter, so you don't need to come and hit the enter key in the keyboard. So if I now if I don't select the center, say if I come here and change the snaps like quadrant, So quadrants are these corners. We have 4 quadrants in a circle. So if I select a quadrant as my base point and try to put it here, you see this is the movement happens. So it's not the correct output I need. So the holding point is important. So I'll undo this, press and do it again. So holding point is really important. Select the thing, press the right click, enter, get the holding point and put it here. Even you can put it here. Okay, so I'll undo it. Now I'll use the copy tool. Similar to the move tool, copy tool is also working in a similar manner. Just select it, enter, select the base point, and you can get a copy. You can get as much as you like. Even here I can get a copy. So even in another place, wherever you like, you can get copies. So I'll delete this for the time being. We don't need. So here I need a small circle. In the example it says 0.8 diameter. Now this diameter is big. So if you want to check your designs, there's a tool called measure tools. You can quickly use these measuring instruments and check your design. So before you submit your work, you can just have a quick look at it. So if I just want to look at it shows me all the information. If I just come here and select these areas, now it shows. Since this is AutoCAD 2020, now I'm using AutoCAD 2020. They have made our life easy. Now early days we have to actually select these points here from here to here. Now it's not that way. When you just hover the mouse over the entities, it will show you all this information, which is somewhat faster than the old method. Old method, what we have to do is we have to select this point and this point for the circle. Now the new method, new software doesn't have that problems. There's a tool called quick, or else if you want to do it manually, there's a tool called distance. So if I come here and just select it manually, also you can get the values or the radius. Now it can be quickly measured. Now this is also radius. Now here in this example I need 0.8. Now this diameter is 1.6. So if you want, you can reduce this now up to 0.8 diameter is 0.4 radius. So this way also you can reduce the circle size, or else you come here and redraw this from the beginning. So there are a lot of ways. Now middle circle is easy. I have done it earlier. 10 10 10 10 10 10. So this is my output. So I discuss move tool and copy tool with you along with this quick measuring tool and the distance and the radius tool. So there's an angle tool coming also. Angle tool is, if you want, you can measure these angles before submitting the answers or the design work. So use these readily available tools, then you are pretty sure that you are submitting the correct drawings. Next we look at what is the meaning of rotate tool. Now the example is over, but I'll show you some tools here available. So the rotate tool is if I want to rotate this entire diagram, for an example I need to rotate it by 45 degrees. So we can select all these things, press the enter key. Rotation can be done from a corner point like this or the center point here. So if I just use the corner point like this, now the rotation started. So if you give positive angles, it rotates in anti-clockwise manner. I'll undo this. Now to repeat the commands, you just right click and repeat it. Select all the entities, rotation. Now this time if I give minus 45, is the other. So minus values will get you clockwise movements, plus values will give you anti-clockwise movements. Now if I want to rotate in the center, this center, select the items, go to the rotate tool. Now the center should be picked up. Now the center is not going to pick automatically unless you switch on the center snaps. So the center snap is on, but it's not picking up. So you come here and touch this circle little bit, now it shows. So the way of getting this on is you have to touch this circle little bit. Even though this stick is there, it will not show you unless you touch the circle. So you can select the center and rotate it. Say if I just rotate by 45 degrees, this is the outcome. So you have a lot of flexibility in AutoCAD. If this customer asks you to change the orientations, quickly we can do that using this rotate tool. We don't have that manual drawing limitations in AutoCAD. Manual drawing, we can't rotate this, rotate the diagram after you drew. So here we have copy tool, rotate tool, all these facilities. So use them effectively in your design work. Now let's look at another tool. Now we'll look at how to use mirror tool. So mirror tool, the idea is you can get a mirror of any design. Now if you earlier I used the copy tool to get this circle, but if you want you can use the mirror tool. Actually mirror tool is also can be used if you think this is a symmetrical object. This is actually a symmetrical object. Vertically you can draw center line like this. If you just draw a line like this, it's symmetrical, it's vertically symmetrical. Now this line is known is an additional thing. We don't need to draw a line to on the mirror tool. I just drew it. Now I'll just show you how the mirror tool works. We can just select this and it will ask you the first point of the mirror line. So we have to draw a virtual mirror line. So virtual mirror line can be drawn like this way, going through the center of the triangle. Now it says erase the source object. This is your source parent. If you erase it, your parent will be disappeared. But if you keep it, you'll get both circles as the outcome. I'll just draw it again. Just say no here. You have both the parent and the child. So I hope you understood this easily. This is not a difficult tool. If you want to get the entire mirror of this object, select everything, draw a mirror line. So select objects, enter. Mirror line can be earlier drawn or you can draw it now even. So anywhere you will draw, you will get the mirror design. So no, that's it. So if you look at our tutorial questions coming later, say if I just show you some of the tutorial questions. So this is also can be here also we can use the mirror tool. We can draw this part and get a mirror this side. This is also can be used. This also can be drawn by using mirror tool. So you can draw the top part and get the mirror. And here also the same thing. You can draw this side, get the mirror. So there are a lot of tools, lot of ways of doing design. So mirror tool will help you to do it faster. So I will go through those things later. Now I forgot to explain something earlier. So if I want to get a copy, I use the manual holding method, get the base point and drag it here. Suppose if you don't have this point, without drawing the lines also we can start this design. So if I just show you how to do it that way, if I want to start with the circles, it's possible. So I will start with the circle this time and show you how it works, but it will take some time. So you have to select the easy methods when you work with AutoCAD. So this method now I'm going to show is not a very very not a fast method. So I will just show you how it works. We'll draw the first circle here, center diameter, center point given 6, 3, then the diameter is 1.6, So I drew the circle here. Then we can draw, we have to draw this. When we want to draw this, we don't know the coordinate here. If you want, you can deduct the x coordinate 6 minus 4.5 and get the coordinate here 1.5 comma 3. That can be done, but without doing calculations I can use the copy tool and get it. So I'll show you how it works from the copy tool. The idea is I have to displace this circle by 4.5 distance. So there is a tool called displacements in the copy tool. Select this, enter. There's a tool called displacement. So I have to displace this circle 4.5 horizontally to the left. So we will show you how it works. Copy, select this, enter, get the base, use the displacement tool, and without getting base points I am going to displace this should be this time it's decreasing x coordinate, so minus 4.5 comma 0 comma 0. So I hope you understood this. The meaning of this is I am going to displace x coordinate by minus 45, y unchanged, z unchanged, enter. You can get this. So you see how it works when you give that displacement values. So I reduced the x coordinate and got this point. Even this point I can get it that way. So you can give the coordinates and get it. So if I try to get a copy here, this should be we'll use the copy tool here, get the holding point. Now it shows you length and the angle. Length is 4.5, angle is 120. So you can exactly, sorry, you, this should be 4.5 and the angle is 60, sorry, 4.5, angle is 60. So I got the circle here. Now this circle, the diameter is big, I have to reduce it to 4.8. Then as we can now, we just use the line tool, select the center snaps, make sure the center snaps are working, and draw like this. And the last circle I can just use the tan radius and complete. So I hope you understood. So this method is somewhat slower than the first method, but you can draw it starting with the circles. There is no problem. So we discuss this displacement tool in the copy. So in the move tool also we have this same displacement method. So if you don't need to always hold the get the base point, you can just type the values and do it. Please remember that also. So we will look at some more tools. So we have discussed move tool, copy tool, rotate tool, and the mirror tool. Now the next one of the most important tool is the trim tool. So we will look at how the trim tool works. The idea is we can remove the unnecessary lines or unnecessary segments after we complete our drawing, and there's an extend tool to increase the length. So we will just show you how it works, drawing simple lines. So if I want to remove this side of this line segment, one way is you can just drag it here and manually put it, but this is not really good. When you drag and drop here, you may change the angle, but if you have a lot of lines to drag and drop, it will take a lot of time. So the trim tool is helping us in this case. You have to select, this is the boundary of the trimming, so this is the blade actually, and this is the unwanted part to remove. So it's like a razor. So you have the skin of if you take a human being, this is the skin, this is the unwanted hair to trim. So I have trimmed that unwanted part. So if I have lot of hair, lot of lines like this, so this is your blade. select the blade and remove this part. You cannot remove this part because it's not crossing the blade, so it should cross the blade. This side can be removed, but this part cannot be removed because it's not crossing the blade. So please remember how the theory works. And if you have multiple blades, can be done. Select both the blades, enter. This side can be removed, even this side can be removed, this cannot be removed. This side can be removed, this cannot be removed, this cannot be removed. So you have, I hope you understood how the trimming works. So it should cross the boundary. And if you extend this example to a circle, if I want to remove this middle area, here this boundary and the lines are both here the boundary also acts as the line to remove, so you have to select both the boundaries and remove this part, this part. So after you select the lines or the boundaries, you have to always press the enter key. So just come here, select the circle, press the enter. I'm not pressing the keyboard enter key, I'm just pressing the right click. So enter happens. Remove this part, remove this. So I hope you understood how it works. And if a line crosses right this, you can remove this part. So this is your blade now. This is the part to remove. I hope you understood the trim tool. And we look at how the extend tool works. Extend tool is the reverse of trim. Extend, select the boundary, always press the enter key. You can extend like this. This side you cannot extend because you don't have a boundary. If you have boundaries in the other side, extend tool will work. So I'll just the extend tool again. Now I have three boundaries, this one and this one. Enter. Side, this side also extended, it's still extending. Side, still extending. Select this. So this is how extend tool works. So I hope you understood the concepts. Now we look at an example. I'm moving to chapter 5, tutorial 4. This example I'm going to do now. First few days we are doing mechanical drawings because the mechanical drawings are somewhat difficult and complex than the civil and architectural drawings. So first few days we focus on mechanical drawings. I will do some architectural drawings later in the course. So we start. Just delete this. So you can see I'm not starting from here because I'm not sure about the template. So we will select this AutoCAD template and start the drawing. So how we can proceed something like this. So if you look at this drawing, my advice is don't go around the drawing. So sometimes the drawing may be easy, so you can go around the drawing and draw this, but it's not a very good advisable method. When it comes to more than one view, going around the drawing is not going to work. So I'll try to use some other tools to speed up this work. So we can't draw the circle, so we have to draw the easy things. Just look at the dimensions given. What are the things we can draw easily? This line we can draw easily, 4.375. So the starting point is not a matter here. I just try to draw this horizontal line. I have to turn this dynamic modes on, then it's easy. 4.375, enter. So angle is 0. So this is the 4.375 line, and I have to get another parallel line 0.375. So how to get a parallel line in AutoCAD? Either you can copy this down, or there is a easy tool called offset. So I'm going to offset this line by 0.375. So offset distance should be given 0.375. I'm introducing a new tool called offset now. Select this and I have to offset to this bottom side, not to the top side. You can select the direction. So I offsetted the line 0.375. So I introduce a new tool. You replay the video and see if you didn't get it. So I just gave the distance and the side. It offset. Why I am using offset? Because offset is faster than the copy tool. So there's another offset can be done, 2.125. This line I may get a big line, but I can trim it later. So 2.125. So I'll repeat the offset tool. The distance is this time 2.125. Enter parent child. So this distance is 2.125. So I got this line. I got all the horizontal line required, and if I want, I can locate the circle lines also. It's 0.875 from this horizontal line. So I'll offset that one even. So from here 0.875, 0.875. This line helps us to locate the circle positions. Now we can complete the vertical lines. So this is can be drawn quickly, and from here for this line I don't know the direct distance, so we can reduce the value and get this value and offset it, or else you draw this line and offset it, because the dimensions are given in that way. So it's easy to use the dimensions and get the drawings rather than using the calculators and deducting. So this is 2.5. I will get a 2.5 offset again, 2.5. So I got this line also. Now I don't need, I have to get this one also, 2.125. So we will repeat it, 2.125. This line is, so I actually got all the vertical lines. I get to get this line also, 0.5 offset, 0.5 offset. This is to locate the circle. 0.875, 0.875. Okay, now I got all the pins in the correct locations. Now the next operation is we have to extract the information from this horizontal and vertical lines. We can run the trim tool. So the best way of running the trim tool is, easiest way is to select everything rather than go behind the theory. I just select the entire diagram and apply the trim tool. So this part should not be there. Anyway, this part should not be there, this part should not be there, and this part should not be there. So I have to draw a horizontal line here, 0.75. This point I haven't marked, so we can draw up another horizontal line, offset it, 0.75. This line can be this way. So I'm trying to get this point using a line like this. Later we can draw delete that line. So this from here to here. So this line is not necessary, so we can delete it. And this line is actually is for the circle, so I can just reduce this little bit. So you can drag it and reduce. So these things we can drag it and reduce like this. So you see I'm extracting the information from the drawings. This can be reduced. So these two vertical lines also can be reduced. Always you use trim tools and manually reduce. So here I'm just manually reducing it using preferences like this. So you see how I'm getting the correct alignments. Just select, use these referencing tools. These referencing tools works if this button is on only. So there's a button called show snap references lines. This button helps you to get the references. Now for an example, if you try to draw a vertical horizontal line, you see some dots coming. These dots are the references. So if you want to stop it correctly, you just come here and hold it, just touch it, you get the references nicely. So this works if this button is on. So remember that. Object snap tracking, it's different from object snaps. Now I have almost completed the drawing. Now we can locate, draw the circles. So other parts are okay. So I will draw the circles, center, diameter. So this is the 0.5 diameter, and I need to get another copy. I need to get another copy. Got it. So I don't have the usual center lines here. So these are normal lines. So we will we have to change these lines to center lines. So how can I change this line to center lines? So we will look at some layer theories now. So you don't have center lines readily available in AutoCAD. So you have the normal line tool, polyline tool also I didn't discuss, I will discuss it. Now I have a requirement to load the center lines. Now in AutoCAD there's a concept called layers. So we will go through this in detail in the next lesson. So remember we have to change this line to center lines. So next lesson I'm going to look at the layer theory. So today we looked at chapter number 3, chapter number, basically mainly I did chapter number 5. So I touched chapter number 3 and 4. So the next lesson also I'm going to go through these chapter 3 and 3 to 4 5 again. So see you then. Bye.